The story begins on a dusty backwater planet called Zog 7, a place so unremarkable that even the Galactic Travel Bureau described it as quaint if you're into dirt. It was here, in a small ramshackle hut on the edge of the Zogian desert, that our hero, a scrawny human teenager named Max, lived with his aunt, uncle, and their pet Zorgblat, a creature that looked like a cross between a toad and a vacuum cleaner. Max's life was, in a word, boring. His aunt and uncle were the kind of people who thought excitement was a dangerous disease, and they did everything in their power to make sure Max never caught it. They made him do chores, eat bland Zogian gruel, and listen to his uncle's endless lectures about the importance of staying grounded. But Max had a secret. He was different. Strange things always seemed to happen around him. Once, when he was angry, the Zorgblat had spontaneously started floating. Another time, he'd accidentally turned his uncle's prized collection of space rocks into a flock of glowing space chickens. His aunt and uncle had dismissed these incidents as overactive imagination, but Max knew better. He just didn't know what he was. That all changed on the day of his 13th birthday. Max was sitting in his room, trying to ignore the sound of his uncle snoring in the next room, when a loud bang shook the hut. He jumped to his feet, heart racing, and ran to the window. Outside, in the middle of the desert, was a spaceship. But this wasn't just any spaceship. It was a sleek, silver vessel shaped like a teardrop, with glowing blue lights running along its sides. The words, "Galactic Academy of Cosmic Wonders," were emblazoned on the hull in shimmering letters. Before Max could process what was happening, the ship's hatch opened, and a tall, green-skinned alien stepped out. He was wearing a flowing robe covered in stars and constellations, and he had a long braided beard that sparkled like stardust. "Maximilian Earthborn," the alien boomed, his voice echoing across the desert. Yeah," Max said, stepping outside. "I am Headmaster Xylox of the Galactic Academy of Cosmic Wonders," the alien said, stroking his beard. "And you, my boy, are a cosmic wonder." What?" "A cosmic wonder," Xylox repeated, as if it were the most obvious thing in the universe. "A being of extraordinary potential, a wielder of cosmic energy, well, a very special individual." Max blinked. "Are you sure you've got the right guy? I'm just... Max." "Nonsense," Xylox said, waving a hand. "Your cosmic signature is unmistakable. Why, even now, I can feel the energy radiating from you. It's quite... potent." Max looked down at himself. He didn't feel particularly potent. In fact, he felt like he needed a shower. "Now come along," Xylox said, gesturing toward the ship. "We haven't much time. The entrance exams begin tomorrow, and you'll need to be sorted into a cosmic house." "Sorted into a what?" But before Max could ask any more questions, Xylox grabbed him by the arm and dragged him onto the ship. The Galactic Academy of Cosmic Wonders was unlike anything Max had ever seen. It was a massive space station orbiting a dying star, with towers that stretched into the void and classrooms that floated on anti-gravity platforms. The halls were filled with aliens of every shape and size, tentacled beings, glowing energy creatures, and even a few humans. "Welcome, Max," Xylox said as they stepped off the ship. "This will be your new home. But first, you must be sorted into a cosmic house. The houses are the heart of the academy. They determine your classes, your dormitory, and most importantly, your destiny." "Great," Max muttered. "No pressure." The sorting ceremony took place in the Grand Hall, a vast chamber with a ceiling that looked like the night sky. At the front of the room was a pedestal, and on the pedestal was a glowing crystal orb. "This is the cosmic orb," Xylox explained. "It will determine which house you belong to. Simply place your hand on the orb, and it will reveal your true nature." Max stepped forward, his heart pounding. The entire academy was watching him, their eyes glowing with anticipation. He took a deep breath and placed his hand on the orb. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the orb began to glow, brighter and brighter, until it was almost blinding. The light shot upward, forming a constellation in the shape of a chicken, someone whispered. No, it's a phoenix. It's a space chicken, Max said, staring at the constellation. Definitely a space chicken. The room erupted into laughter. Silence, Xylox boomed. The cosmic orb has spoken. Max Earthborn, you are hereby sorted into House Phoenix. House Phoenix, Max asked. What does that mean? It means you're destined for greatness, Xylox said, smiling. Or at least, a lot of fire. Life at the academy was interesting. Max's classes included cosmic energy manipulation, interstellar history, and advanced space chicken studies, which, as it turned out, was a real thing. His classmates were a motley crew of aliens, including a tentacled genius named Zorvax, a glowing energy being named Lumina, and a human girl named Ellie, who claimed to be from Earth but had a suspiciously British accent. But the real adventure began when Max discovered the Forbidden Wing, a part of the academy that was off-limits to students. What's in there? Max asked Zorvax one day, as they passed the massive, locked doors. No one knows, Zorvax said, his tentacles twitching nervously. But rumor has it, it's where the academy keeps its darkest secrets. Cool, Max said. Let's check it out. Are you insane? Zorvax hissed. If we get caught, we'll be expelled. Relax, Max said, grinning. What's the worst that could happen? Famous last words. That night, Max, Zorvax, and Ellie snuck into the Forbidden Wing. The doors creaked open, revealing a dark, dusty corridor lined with ancient artifacts and glowing crystals. This is so cool, Ellie whispered, her eyes wide with excitement. This is so stupid, Zorvax muttered, his tentacles trembling. They crept deeper into the wing until they reached a massive chamber. In the center of the chamber was a pedestal, and on the pedestal was a space chicken, Max said, staring at the glowing chicken-shaped artifact. Not just any space chicken, Ellie said, her voice filled with awe. That's the cosmic phoenix egg. Legend says it holds the power to reshape the universe. Cool, Max said. Let's poke it. Max, no! Max, yes! Before anyone could stop him, Max reached out and touched the egg. The room exploded with light. When the light faded, Max, Ellie, and Zorvax found themselves standing in the middle of the Forbidden Wings chamber, surrounded by a swirling vortex of cosmic energy. The cosmic phoenix egg was no longer on the pedestal. It was floating in midair, glowing brighter than a supernova. Guys, Max said, staring at the egg. I think I broke it. You think? Zorvax screeched, his tentacles flailing wildly. You just activated the most powerful artifact in the galaxy. Do you have any idea what you've done? Not really, Max admitted, but it's definitely something. The egg began to crack, and a blinding light poured out. The trio shielded their eyes as the chamber filled with a deafening screech, a sound that was equal parts majestic and terrifying. When the light finally dimmed, they saw it. A space chicken. But not just any space chicken. This one was massive, with glowing feathers that shimmered like starlight and eyes that burned with cosmic fire. It let out a triumphant squawk, and the entire academy shook. Well, Ellie said, staring at the creature. That's not good. The space chicken, now officially dubbed the Cosmic Phoenix, was not content to stay in the Forbidden Wing. It burst through the ceiling, sending chunks of debris raining down and soared into the void of space. We have to stop it, Zorvax yelled as the trio ran after the creature. Stop it, Max shouted back. How do you stop a giant space chicken? I don't know, Throw bread at it or something. The cosmic phoenix, meanwhile, was wreaking havoc. It flew through the academy's towers, knocking over anti-gravity classrooms and sending students scrambling for cover. It squawked loudly, and the sound waves caused a nearby asteroid to explode. "This is bad," Ellie said as they watched the chaos unfold. "Really, really bad." "You think?" Zorvax snapped. "Relax," Max said, trying to sound confident. "We'll figure something out. We always do." Zorvax said, his tentacles quivering. "This is your fault." Before Max could respond, Headmaster Xylox appeared, his starry robe billowing dramatically. "Max Earthborn," he boomed. "What have you done?" I poked the egg," Max said sheepishly. Xylox sighed. "Of course you did. Well, there's no time to waste. We must contain the cosmic phoenix before it destroys the Academy, and possibly the entire galaxy." "How do we do that?" Ellie asked. Xylox stroked his beard thoughtfully. "We must lure it back to the Forbidden Wing and seal it inside. But to do that, we'll need bait." "Bait," Max said. "What kind of bait?" Xylox looked at him. "You." And so, Max found himself standing on the roof of the Academy's tallest tower, waving his arms and shouting, "Here, Chicky Chicky." The cosmic phoenix, which had been busy pecking at a nearby moon, turned its head and squawked. "It's working," Ellie said from the safety of the tower's doorway. "Great," Max muttered. "Now what?" "Now you run," Xylox shouted. Max didn't need to be told twice. He sprinted across the roof, the cosmic phoenix hot on his heels. The creature's massive wings sent gusts of wind swirling around him, and its fiery breath singed the back of his shirt. "This is the worst plan ever," Max yelled as he dove through the tower's doorway. The cosmic phoenix followed, crashing into the hallway and sending sparks flying. Max led it through the Academy's winding corridors, past classrooms and dormitories, until they reached the Forbidden Wing. "Now!" Xylox shouted. Ellie and Zorvax slammed the door shut, trapping the cosmic phoenix inside. The creature let out a final, deafening squawk, and then silence. The aftermath was, in a word, chaotic. The Academy was in shambles, the students were traumatized, and Max was officially the most infamous person in the galaxy. But Headmaster Xylox, surprisingly, wasn't angry. "You've caused quite a stir, Max Earthborn," he said as they stood in the ruins of the Grand Hall. "But you've also proven something important." "What's that?" Max asked. "That you're a true cosmic wonder," Xylox said, smiling. "You're unpredictable, reckless, and utterly brilliant. The galaxy needs people like you." Thanks," Max said. "Don't get too excited," Xylox added. "You're still expelled." "What?" "But," Xylox continued, "you'll be allowed to return next semester, on probation." Max grinned. "I'll take it." As the Academy began to rebuild, Max, Ellie, and Zorvax sat on the roof of the tower, watching the stars. "So," Ellie said, breaking the silence, "what do we do now?" "I don't know," Max said. "But whatever it is, it's gonna be fun." Zorvax groaned. "I hate you." Max laughed. "No, you don't." And as the trio sat there, staring out at the vastness of space, they couldn't help but feel that their adventure was just beginning. The end. Or is it?